of you have the printed packs, so links have been added to the online pack, but obviously if you have it printed out you cannot click on the links, so you might just have to search for some of these things or open the online pack and from Class Dojo and you'll be able to click on the links. Okay, so first of all, this video is going to be available again if you click on this cloud over here when you download. If you want to watch this video again, we'll watch it during our Zoom this morning, but if you want to watch it again, it'll be here. Okay, I'm just going to press present because that's how you'll see it on your iPad. This is how you edit the work that the slides that we've got, but right now you want to just see the way you'll see on your iPads. So when you click on that bubble, it'll open the video. What this is this is the booklet to check what tasks you've been set to complete every day. Now we've tried to make it so that it'll make it easier by putting the actual work inside of this as well. Okay, so you'll see that the work's actually inside of this. So if you don't have your printer pack, that's okay, you can just use this. All right, so that's the first page. Second page, it just tells you that it's term 2, week 1. Now today is Friday. It says we have a morning Zoom check-in at 9:15. We still have that check-in with 2-3C. So 2-3C and 3 yet will be checking in at 9:15 in the morning. And I'm sure that for Warriors, you're checking in with Mr. Williams around the same time as well. Now it says in the morning session that you need to do your English work. It's okay if you do your maths work instead of your English work, but at 12 o'clock, if you swap them around, but at 12 o'clock we're actually going to do a Zoom where we have a number discussion. So with 3 yet and 2-3C, we're going to do a number discussion together. In the middle there's maths, and in the afternoon there's PDHPE. Don't forget to check in online and click the link that I post every day, and the Zoom link will be sent each morning. You guys already know that because you've seen that and you've been accessing that. That's just a reminder for you. Okay, this is the page that tells you all of the tasks to do today. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 tasks. Okay, for your English work, it says for 1 hour. So if you add all those up, that's 3 hours of work today. So there's quite a bit of time for you to have some breaks, talk with your family and do things like that. So for 1 hour, we need you completing your English work tasks. If it takes you a little longer, that's okay. So all of the tasks in activity 3 of your English workbook. So when you open your English workbook, you'll see all of these tasks. They're the ones that you need to complete. The ones that say activity 3. See where it says activity 3? All of those tasks before it gets to the page where it says activity 4 is what we need you to complete. And the last 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, you should have completed activity 1 and then activity 2. So today is activity 3. Okay, so let's look at English first, then we'll come back to this page and we'll look at maths. So complete all of the tasks in activity 3 of your English workbook. I've posted them on this slideshow. So task A, vocabulary. It says read an online newspaper article. Choose a word that you're not familiar with and complete the document shared in our online platform, which is Class Dojo or Google Classroom. That's what it means by online platform. Up here, I made it easier. I found a newspaper article for you. It's all about Anzac Day and what does it mean. This is a kids news article. So you can use this one. If you want to use a different one, then by all means use a different one, but please make sure that it's one that's appropriate for kids. Okay, have a look at BTN, the BTN website. That's got a lot of kids articles. There's a lot of things in the world at the moment for adults, in news for adults. So try to read a kids article. If you're not sure, show the newspaper article that you have found by typing in newspaper. I would type newspaper. I would go to the BTN website really, or use the one that we've got here. But find a news article if you want to find a different one, and then ask your parents to check that it's okay for you to read. Okay. Or you can send me or Miss Collie or Mr. Williams a message, and we'll let you know whether it's appropriate or not. So click that news, and what you do, if you click on that, it'll open an article about Anzac Day, and you can read that. Then you need to find a word from that which you're not familiar with. When you find that word, you're going to write it up here. I think that means, where is it? I think it means, write what you think it means. The clues you use to figure it out, maybe it's the word newspaper and you didn't know what the word newspaper was. You know what the word newspaper is, don't use that one. But maybe when you are trying to figure out using the clues, you could look at news. You know that news means the things that are happening at the moment. So stories about things that are happening at the moment. And paper is obviously pieces of paper. So it's news that's printed on that. Maybe that's what the clues led you to believe. Write the actual dictionary definition. You can do that by either opening a dictionary if you have one, or you can search the definition online, and we've shown you how to do that in class. And then put it in a sentence. It makes me think of, if that makes you think of a different word, maybe it makes you think of a news headline. Well, that's 2 words, but maybe it makes you think of a different word. I want you to write them down in here. Write a sentence from the story. Which book did you find it in? And what's your tricky word? Now, it says which book, but it's a news article online. So just write the online source. Over here, this is kids news. So you'd write kids news. Okay, that's your vocabulary activity. Reading. So independent reading, it says your teacher or adult will select a text for you to read. The text that we've selected for you to read is the one that you've taken home from the library. If you've already read that, that's okay. You can do 2 things. You can either read it again or read another book in your house. Think of a book that's at your level, something that's not too hard but not too easy. Remember everything you've been taught by your teacher when reading. We want you to read smoothly and with expression. We don't want you to read like a robot. Just because you're at home doesn't mean that you read like a robot. And with expression. When you're finished, tell an adult what the text was about. Find someone in your house, mum, dad, grandma, whoever's in your house with you, and tell them what the text was about. Who were the characters in your text? What happened? Did anything interesting happen? Okay, read that and then tell them all about it. Pretty self-explanatory, that one, and you can do that independently until you are going to have a discussion. This one, Task C, reading Stinky Sid by Zoe Disher. Now, if you Google Stinky Sid, you'll be able to find the story, but I've put it in a link if you click there. So I'm just going to click there just to show you. But this is Stinky Sid, the story. And you can see it's a couple of pages long. Make sure it's this one. This one is from a story called from a magazine called The School Magazine. Okay, it's by the New South Wales government. If you see all of those, you're at the right place if you searched it. But that Stinky Sid, it says to read that book. I'm just going to present again. It says to not read that book, read that story, and to highlight the orientations. The orientation is the start where it tells you who and what and where. The complication is the thing that goes wrong. So if you think about our story that we did with the canal, what went wrong in the canal? Well, she went to jump across, and he went to jump across, and the rope broke, and she fell into the canal. That's your complication. And how was it resolved? How did it get better? Didn't Tom jump in to save Terry? Okay, that was the resolution of that. And then they went home, and what happened when they got home? That's the resolution. So the orientation is the start. Think of it this way: beginning, middle, end. Beginning, where it sets up who, what, where. Middle, what happens. And resolution, what makes it better. Okay, there's some other things here. Find and highlight the description of the setting of Stinky Sid. Where does it tell you what the setting is, and how does it describe the setting? Then look, if you have it printed, you can use a highlighter, or there's a highlighting tool. There should be a highlighting tool. When you go down here, there is, I believe, the pointer you can change to a highlighter. Sorry, maybe it's not on these slides. Okay, so rather than use a highlighting tool, maybe you could write some of the words that give more information about the setting in your book that we put in your original packs. Okay, so if you can find the highlighting tool, that's great. I'm sorry that I can't find it right at this second while I'm filming this video, but if you can find it, that's great. But if not, you can just write it in your books. And can you make a really clear picture in your head? To make a really clear picture, to test that, I want you to draw what you see. Draw the setting for Stinky Sid. So the setting is where it happened. Draw that setting. Okay, check your work. Did you do the newspaper article? Did you do the independent reading? And did you do the Stinky Sid? And if you've done that, you've done all your English tasks. To reflect on whether what you've done and know whether you are understanding, you can talk about with your mum or someone else or dad or someone that's home with you. Discuss the structure of the narrative, the title, the orientation, the complication, the resolution, and how did it end. Okay, discuss that with an adult, and maybe refer to the Stinky Sid article. Where are all of those 5 things? Title, orientation, complication, resolution, ending. Where are they in the Stinky Sid article? Okay, maths. I'll do this here. All right, so for maths, if you have a look here, it says join us at 12 p.m. for a number talk. So on Zoom, we're going to share the link just before 12 p.m. to do the number talk. Then it says design your dream bedroom using grid paper where 10 centimeters equals 1 meter. Your budget for your new furniture is $1,000. Make a list of the items you would buy, where you're buying them from, and the cost. You'll have time to finish this tomorrow or next week. Create a digital version using Google Drawings or AutoDraw, and we'll actually show you later today how to use Google Drawings to do that. Post your design to Google Classroom or Class Dojo to get feedback from your class. And also you've got Mathletics and Prodigy tasks. So the number talk and all of these slides that go with it, these are all for the number talk. So you can leave them until we do the number talk. But this one you can do in the book that we gave you or on a new piece of paper. Design your dream bedroom, but you only have $1,000. Maybe you could go on some furniture websites like Fantastic Furniture or other places like that and look at all the prices of what things cost and design what you want in your room and draw them into your room. It's a pretty fun task today. Okay, that is your math tasks. Your other task, I'm going to go to the start. Your other task is your PDHP work, and you've got a whole booklet that says PDHP on it. In that booklet, find activity 1. It's all about your emotions. Complete that. And then there's a PE activity called throwing golf. I'm going to challenge you to find that PE1 activity in your book and take some photos of the throwing golf game. So you find it, see if you can figure it out. That's your challenge for today. and then take some photos of it. Maybe you can challenge other people in your house. Okay. And that is that.